Well, let's continue our primer series on online marketing. We're going to again talk about the two main tactics for doing online marketing. And those two choices are search engine marketing or social media marketing. And one of the questions that certainly can pop up is, what is the difference? Let's take a look at each type of marketing and see how they differ. In search engine marketing, we're meeting the customer when they are actively looking to buy. They go to Google to find answers to questions. Sometimes they're researching problems. Sometimes they're actually know what they want and are searching for the solutions to those problems. So that's where they would go to try to do that these days. Typically, they're already aware of their problem. If you're a marketer, that's a good thing because it helps you understand from the keywords they use what their issues are with that problem. And you're creating awareness of your solution and bringing them back to your website where you're going to tell the rest of the story for your solution. And typically you can sell at this point. You're letting people, you're doing it gently, but you're selling. So that's one of the benefits of search engine marketing. In social media marketing, we're really quite a bit different. We're branding when we go to Facebook or LinkedIn or Twitter. We're not selling, we're networking. We're doing the kinds of things that help us build up our credibility. We're building relationships. We're creating that credibility that's so important. A lot of times we can be educating when we're doing social media marketing. And we're pre-selling or post-selling, we're not selling. By pre-selling, I mean the things you would do to create credibility and to convince folks that you're someone that they might want to work with as they become aware of their solution. Maybe they don't even know they have a problem, so yes, you're educating them as to their solution. Post-selling, perhaps you already have them as a customer and you want to build that relationship. Social media is a great place to build that relationship, to stay in communication with these customers and be able to answer questions, show testimonials, basically grow that relationship. So those are the two types of marketing and the difference between them. Let's take each one separately. Search engine marketing. In order to be able to take advantage of search engine marketing, we really have to understand how search engines work. And we need to know the tactics that make them happy so they will rank us highly in the search engine's results page. And, Google is the biggest player in the room. Here's some actual searches done in December of 2011. These are the phrases that someone used in their searches. So there were 74,500 searches using the phrase hotels Clearwater. Restaurant in Clearwater, 22,000 searches. Tampa Pizza, 27,000 searches. A Tampa attorney using that phrase, over 60,000 searches. Dentist Clearwater, 2,900 searches for that phrase. St. Petersburg plumber, 1,300 searches. So the point is, there's people out there trying to solve their problem on Google. Lots and lots of searches being done. So there's great potential to drive new business, find new business, and get new customers. Here's some facts about Google that you might want to understand. 97% of all searches never make it to the second page of Google. Very important to be on that first page. Roughly 70 to 80% of all online searches are being done on Google or a Google search partner. 20% of all searches are for local products and services. That typically means that there's going to be a city, town, something that narrows that search to a specific location. And the heart of Google is about pleasing their main customer, the searchers. If people don't use that search engine and aren't happy with it, they're going to go someplace else and the rest of their business falls apart. So they know and work hard to please those customers and make sure they get the absolute best results. Keywords, very important to understand keywords, key phrases. This is the heart of all search engine marketing, revolves around understanding these key phrases that someone might use as they search. And Google uses the keywords it finds on a page to help rank a website. It also indicates a searcher's intention. Different keywords mean different things. And if you're in a business, if you're trying to find new customers, what type of intention would you like to be able to find? You'd like to be able to find buying intention. So that means that some keywords are better than others. So that's important to understand too as you understand keywords. Let's think about buying intention and how it applies as we use different keywords. If someone went and searched using the phrase golf, what would that tell us about their buying intention? Not much, right? It's very vague. It could be any aspect of golf. But yet when they use something like golf clubs, now we get a little bit better bead on what they're searching for, what their problem might be. If they get into more specific phrases like golf drivers, now we know even more about them. If they start to use brand names like tailor-made drivers, now we can get a sense that they're really getting serious about their buying intention. If they start talking about specific models, that means that they are even more ready. And if they imply they're looking for a best deal, this is telling us a lot of information about their level of buying intention. So knowing what keywords people are using and the level of buying intention helps us connect with the right customer at the right time. So the keyword someone uses indicates where they are now in the sales cycle. Are they early in the sales cycle? Are they just researching? Or are they ready to buy and have their credit card out? So again, not all keywords are the same. Some keywords are better than others. So how does Google get their results? We've got a video on our site that will show you some specifics, but here's a quick overview. Google crawls every website on the internet. What that means is they send out an electronic spider that analyzes every web page and looks for certain specific things. They use something called an algorithm to analyze what they find. And they rank a website, a web page, according to two main things. They rank according to relevance to the search term and overall authority in that niche. There's a term called PageRank that they use that is specific for telling them exactly how much authority that web page has in that niche. And they also adjust the searching behaviors based on that searcher's previous searchers, whether they're doing local searches versus national search. So the results are going to be different based on what that customer, what that searcher has done before. And I'm not sure if you realize, but there's actually three different parts of Google. There's the ad section, which is across the top and along the right side. So these are where folks have bought their way into the first page of Google. And the other section, the main part that you typically see, is what's called the organic section. This is where you do search engine optimization to get into this location. And if the search has some sort of a local component, this search is for Dentist Clearwater. So Google is going to show a map section up here on the right, and these listings are all folks that have applied to be in the Google Maps section. They've claimed their listing, and that's why these particular ads are showing here. So there's three parts of Google, very important to understand, and you get into each of these sections using three different tactics and strategies. In the heart of how you get into that organic section is by doing something called search engine optimization. And again, there's on-page optimization. Again, this is where the relevance to the keyword comes in, and this has to do with things like keyword placement on that page. Is it in the right important places in the HTML code, the code that every web page is made up of? Things like title tags, URLs, head tags, these are all places where the keyword needs to be. And Google likes to see fresh content. It wants to see a site that is alive and well and kicking. So It doesn't want to see a site that has not changed in months. So again, this is where the on-page factors become a factor. Now there's off-page factors, the authority that I talked about, and this relates to things called backlinks. Are there other websites that have links to this website? And Google has a page rank factor that it uses to rank a site based on how many backlinks there are to that particular website. Age of site is a factor. The longer a website has been around, the more relevance it has, authority it has in Google's eyes. How many indexed pages? How many pages on the website? If it only just has a couple, that's not as good as having lots of pages. And again, authority in specific online directories is another factor Google uses. All in all, there's over 200 factors that Google uses to rank a website. So it's a challenge to get on that first page. How do you know which keywords to use? Any good search engine optimizer does keyword market research so it understands those important keywords. And it tries to find keywords in what I call the sweet spot. And the sweet spot is where there's enough demand, enough people using that keyword, but not so much competition from other websites. This is nice to find, but it's sometimes not as easy to do. You also want to find keywords that have buying intention, and a good keyword research tool will help you indicate how much buying intention there is for a particular keyword. And there are lots of different keyword tools that a professional search engine optimizer uses. Google has a free one that's pretty good. Professional tools like Market Samurai, Word Tracker, Keyword Spy are other important tools you can use. But there is a dark side to search engine optimization. It takes a long time to get Google's attention, usually months or more before you can see the results of search engine optimization work. It's labor intensive, takes a lot of time, and sometimes Google changes its algorithms and everything you did before doesn't matter anymore and you lose your ranking. So that's just part of the game. Sometimes it's expensive to have done for you because again it does take a lot of time. And only so many websites can be on that first page. Typically there's about 10 websites in that organic section, sometimes less if it's a local search. So if you're in a competitive business like a doctor, a lawyer, a restaurant, it can be very difficult to get on that first page of Google and maybe even be impossible. But there is one tactic that trumps search engine optimization, and that's called pay-per-click. And what pay-per-click is you're literally buying keywords based on bidding for them. And bid price is only one factor in whether you're going to be number one in that advertising section. Google uses something called a quality score, which is the number one factor it uses to determine whether a site is going to be ranked highly. And so someone who's actually bidding more could be below someone who has a higher quality score. So knowing how to optimize your ad campaign by doing things like making sure the ad copy is powerful enough to get someone to click on that ad. And that means your click-through rate is higher, which makes your quality score higher. And so that's one of the factors that affect how well you rank. It sure helps to understand how keywords work and do that keyword research until you understand it. Okay, in our next video, we're going to talk about social media and get into some specifics about how social media marketing works. So come on back.